In this video, we'll be explaining how to create an SPF record, and we'll do some demo on how to check if it was successfully published. Now let's see some sample of an SPF record. We can see V equals SPF1 mx-all, where V equals SPF1 is the version. Obviously there is another version of SPF, but it is not widely used, so you don't have to worry about it. Here we can also see the MX. It only means that the indicated MX record from the DNS server are permitted to send an email on behalf of the domain. And -all means that all other machines are not authorized. Take note that this -all is very important and should be explicitly defined in an SPF record. This is to ensure that you are not allowing machines other than the listed one, which is the MX. Next, we have V equals SPF1 IP4 x.x.x.x. So in this case, we use the IP4 parameter to hard code the IP address that you want to allow. Now, if you want to allow multiple IP addresses, you can use the IP4 parameter multiple times, as you can see on this example. Okay, so IP4, the first IP address, then another IP4 for another IP address. And lastly, if you want to set range of allowed IP addresses, you may simply use the CIDR format for the range of IP addresses. For the next example, we can see the include parameter here, and that is being used, which is pointing to another DNS server where the record can be queried. Okay, this spf.protection.outlook.com. It's like saying that allow all the listed IP addresses from the DNS MX record and also include whatever listed under spf.protection.outlook.com. So basically from this include parameter, you are allowing the Office 365 to send an email on behalf of your domain. We do this when we have cloud or hybrid implementation for our messaging system. And lastly, we can combine all of those parameters to allow a list of records like what is shown on this example. So you are saying that allow all the machines listed under MX record of the DNS server, these IP addresses, this one and this one, and also this range of IP addresses, and also include whatever machines listed under spf.protection.outlook.com. And of course, we have the -all, which means that do not allow any other machines other than the listed one. Another thing that I would like you to notice is the hyphen, which is called a quantifier in an SPF record. There are actually different quantifiers: the plus sign, the hyphen, the tilde, and the question mark. So plus for pass, hyphen for fail, tilde for soft fail, and last we have question mark for neutral. Pass means accept, and commonly you don't have to write the plus sign in an SPF record. Hyphen means fail. Thus, we use hyphen to fail all other machines. Like from the previous example, we use it with -all. Now, soft fail means accept but mark it whether as a spam or a suspicious email. So it's like saying that the host is not allowed but still complete the SMTP transaction and accept the email, provided that you will be marking it. And now the question mark, which is neutral, it means that nothing can be said about the validity and it should be treated the same as the non-result. This is actually useful when implementing domain-based message authentication or DMARC. Now that we understand how to create an SPF record, Let's do some demo and know some ways on how to verify that the record is available. So now we'll be doing some demo on how to publish an SPF record. Commonly, we publish an SPF record to an external DNS server, or if we have a service provider managing our external DNS server, we can just contact them to do so. Now, here are the steps. First, of course, we have to open our DNS manager. Then, under the forward lookup zone, click on your domain. In this example, my domain is jmar.com. Right-click, then select Other New Records. Scroll down, then select Text or TXT, then click Create Record. Under the record name, you can put in a name or you may leave it as blank to use the parent domain name. In my case, I will be using jmar.com for this record, so I'll leave it blank. Under text, I will put in a simple SPF record that we have learned. So I type in v equals SPF1 mx-all, then click OK, then done. So basically, I'm allowing only the MX record, which is this one, which is equivalent to mta.jmar.com, which is pointing to this IP address. So this is my SMTP server. Okay, so that's it. That's basically the steps on how to publish an SPF record. Now, considering that you already published an SPF record, how can you check if this record can be queried? For this example, what we only need is a command prompt. Just type in nslookup. Then let's select any public DNS server. So I will be using 8.8.8.8 as my server. Now, since we need to query a TXT record, I will set query equals TXT. Then, for the sake of this example, since my previous demo can't be queried from the internet, I will be using trendmicro.com because I know that Trend Micro had published an SPF record on the internet. So, okay, so among the TXT record, we can quickly identify that the SPF record is this one because of SPF1. Okay, we can see that Trend Micro is allowing any MX from their DNS server. Then we can see that there is an include parameter in here. Okay, so to know this, the list of IP addresses, you can simply type in the whole domain. So spf-a.trendmicro.com. Okay, there you can see the list of IP addresses that Trend Micro wants to allow for this include parameter. Okay, that's just for the first include parameter. So there are several include parameters in here that Trend Micro is allowing. Okay, so the takeaway is that these are all the allowed list of IP addresses that can send an email on behalf of trendmicro.com. So if you are not listed, then any SMTP server with SPF authentication enabled will know that you are not allowed to use the trendmicro.com domain.